The harp has been around for centuries. According to the International Harp Museum, it is known as one of the oldest instruments, dating back to 3000 BC, and has been associated with royalty. Today we will see the different structural components of the harp and the different complexities that it contains. Let's look at the first structural component of the harp. The first structural component of the harp is its strings. When looking at a harp, it can be very intimidating because it has 47 or more strings, which means that it has 7 to 8 different octaves. According to Merriam-Webster, an octave is a space of 8 steps between musical notes. Each octave is composed of 3 different colors. So when you look at a harp, it's going to start with the red string, which is going to be C, and then it goes D, E, which are going to be white notes, F, which is going to be a black note, G, A, B, which are going to be white notes, and back to the note C, red, which signifies the end of an old octave and the beginning of a new octave. When I first learned to play the harp, my harp teacher gave me the advice of pulling back the harp and just kind of staring at its different strings to learn where a new octave starts and ends and all the notes in between there. So now we have seen the first structural component of the harp, which is its strings. Let's look at the second structural component of the harp. The second structural component of the harp is its pedals. Most harps that are played have pedals attached to the bottom of it. Each pedal moves a different string to either a higher note, sharper, a lower note, flatter, or neutral note. On the left side of the harp are the pedals E, F, G, and A, and on the right side is going to be B, C, and D. According to Ilium, the pedals of the harp are connected to metal rods that are connected to the top of the harp. So there's pedals on the bottom, and within the harp's soundboard are metal rods that connect to the very top of the harp that allows these little knobs to move the string either tighter or looser to get that sharper or flatter tone. At first, it's difficult to learn and understand how these pedals are used. It's a very complex system. When I first learned to play, I had no idea what I was doing with the pedals, but after lots of practice and different charts and trial and error, you just kind of learn which pedals go to which notes and when to use them appropriately. So now we have seen 2 structural components of the harp, the strings and the pedals. Let's look at the third structural component of the harp. The third structural component of the harp is its soundboard. So what many are unaware of about the harp is, along with the soundboard, it also has a sound box. And according to Wilton, the sound box of the harp is what produces the necessary volume of sound. So when a string is plucked, it hits the vibration hits the soundboard and radiates through these holes in the back of the harp that are known as the sound box. This allows the sound to be transmitted and volumized through these holes in the back of the harp. Every harp, depending on the size of the harp, it can have anywhere from 3 to 5 holes in it, and it kind of works as an amplifier for the harps. So you're seeing that harps are complex instruments with lots of structural components. First, because of its strings, second, because of its pedals, and third, because of its sound box. Harps are crazy instruments that are very complex in nature. However, with that said, they are very unique instruments that produce very beautiful sounds of music.